Channel 2.
And good morning. Thank you for joining us here on the Sunday, May 4th. Meteorologist James DeFazio is over in the Weather Center. And yesterday wasn't too bad, some light rain, but will we be in store for more rain today to end the weekend?
Yes, we will, unfortunately. And this wet weather, it's all due to a stalled frontal boundary. We're in a very favorable pattern for unsettled weather, and unfortunately, this showery weather pattern is going to continue into the start of the work week. But today is really the day that we're going to see the most widespread rainfall. As you can see on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, almost entirely green as widespread rain is working in from the south, and we're going to be seeing widespread rainfall for the majority of the day today. The other story this morning, visibility. This is a view of our parking lot, which you can barely make out a couple of cars down there. Areas of very patchy, even areas of some dense fog across some hilltops. This is a look off of the Oneonta cam. Even down in Oneonta, very, very reduced visibilities. Across the state, some areas reporting almost no visibility at all. So if you're doing any traveling this morning, not only be aware of the wet roadways, but be aware of those areas of really patchy to dense fog. This area is all due to a stalled frontal boundary. This area of rain is really going to settle atop of us today. And we're going to take a look at that frontal boundary in a couple of minutes. Wet conditions continue in downtown Utica. No standing water on the roadways just yet, but that will likely change by the middle of the day. It's a mild start. We're starting the day in the low to mid 50s. It's not going to be too windy today either. Calm winds will continue. Unfortunately, so do those shower chances. We do get into the low 60s. Coming up, we'll talk about when exactly we finally get a chance to dry out. Gary?
James, thanks. We begin this morning with
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday morning. Our dreary weekend of weather continues. We're going to see more showers today, and it is quite overcast out there. Even when it is not raining, we're seeing areas of reduced visibility, areas of even patchy to dense fog. Take a look at downtown Utica, which is beneath the layer of fog right now. Beginning to see some water accumulate there in the median. We're going to see wet roadways for the entirety of today, so if you're doing any traveling, be aware not just of that visibility issue, but give yourself some extra distance to slow down and stop on these wet roadways. Scattered rain showers continue today. Widespread rain returns for this afternoon and evening, and shower chances return yet again tomorrow evening. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Widespread rain has overspread the region, and we're going to be seeing rain for almost the entirety of the day across central New York, primarily the Mohawk Valley and the I-90 corridor. Some of the southern tier, some of the North Country may dodge some of the rain showers, but central New York going to be seeing steady rain for the entirety of the day today. The radar and satellite loop showing that widespread rain making its return from the south. Some showery weather overnight last night on and off periods of rain. Currently 53 degrees with cloudy conditions up in Rome. Calm winds, which are expected to continue today. The winds are expected to be relatively mild today. Again, that patchy fog is still around. Binghamton Airport right now reporting 0 miles of visibility, so it is quite dense in places. I can tell you coming up the hill to work here this morning was quite difficult. Once you get about halfway up to Smith Hill, the visibility really decreases. Our rainfall chances basically 100% through the afternoon today, through into the overnight even. As we head into the overnight, those chances begin to drop. Tomorrow morning, still a slight chance of rain, but by mid-morning, those rainfall chances completely diminish, and the second half of Monday looks to be dry. And this is all due to a stalled frontal boundary. This frontal boundary got to New York State and decided it didn't want to move anymore, and it's continued to throw moisture in our direction, and it's going to continue to through the day today. We stay mild. We only cool down to the low 50s, but we do warm up into the low 60s today. But you'll see this rain doesn't really move a whole lot. We have a lot of rain showers moving in, primarily from the east, and rain settles in over central New York for the majority of the day. By Monday morning, showers begin to diminish. By midday, we're over to cloudy conditions. Cloudy conditions continue for Monday afternoon and evening. Monday night, 11 p.m., showers return overnight, a couple of showers Monday night into Tuesday morning before things calm down. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, showery weather continues into the start of next week. Monday is not a washout of a day. It looks dry for the second half of the day. Tuesday, very wet of a day, nearly a washout. Wednesday, not looking like a washout. We finally get a chance to fully dry out as we head into Thursday, and we slowly warm up as we approach the weekend into the low 60s again. And we have to see a little bit more sun. Does anybody know the answer to this?
Well, I have never seen an episode of Star Wars, so I asked our director, and he says, our director, Ed, says 1977.
He was correct, as he usually is. And I wanted to see if there was a tie between weather and Star Wars, and I was surprised to find that there actually is. They tried to reflect the climates of each planet, to reflect the emotions of the characters that the people on those planets are from. So it's not completely random weather decided by the people who wrote the movie.
Boy,
yeah.
May 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
That's right. Well, new menopause-related. And welcome back, and thank you for joining us for this half hour of Weekend Today. I'm Gary Liberatore in for Katrina this morning, and we want to get you right over to the Weather Center with meteorologist James DeFazio. And James, a lot of folks wondering if we're going to see a repeat of yesterday today, but it looks like from the radar it might be even worse, right?
It is going to be, if not equivalent, worse. Yes, it looks very, very wet today. Take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. It's almost entirely green. We have widespread rain moving into the region, and unfortunately, this rain is going to stall across central New York today. A frontal boundary is going to approach, and it's not going to move. We showed this camera a half an hour ago, and you couldn't see our parking lot, but the fog has cleared out. But that doesn't mean that the fog is cleared out everywhere. If we take a look at Oneonta, still quite a bit of fog, even though this is at a lower elevation. So if you're doing any traveling out this morning, be aware that there are areas of reduced visibilities. The Binghamton Airport right now currently reporting 0 miles of visibility, so the fog is quite dense in some locations. This widespread rain moving in with the association of this frontal boundary, and unfortunately, as this rain continues to swing in today, it's going to stall right across central New York, and we're going to see continuous rain showers for the majority of the day. Wet weather continues in downtown Utica. Wet roadways are going to be the story of the day for traveling. Temperatures this morning relatively mild. We're starting the day in the low 50s. Some areas across the Mohawk Valley already into the mid 50s. It's calm winds today as well. Winds are still reading calm up in Rome. 53 degrees with cloudy skies. The rain hasn't quite reached Griffiths yet up in Rome. As rain showers continue through the day today, we do warm up to about 61, 62 degrees later this afternoon. Coming up, we'll take a look at when we finally get a chance to dry out from all of this rain. Gary?
James, thanks. The inaugural
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday morning. Our damp, dreary weekend of weather continues. And as you can see off the tower cam there, some of us are seeing reduced visibilities in areas of patchy fog. The main story, though, we're all seeing wet weather. Take a look at downtown Utica, who's beneath the fog, but seeing plenty of rainfall. Showers have overspread the region. They have overspread all of Oneida County at this point. We're even over to rain up at Griffiths now, reporting rain. Standing water beginning to accumulate a little bit on the roadways. Give yourself some extra time to slow down and stop today. In a combination of the poor visibility from this patchy fog and the roadways, just be aware if you're doing any traveling. We're going to have widespread rain to continue through the day today. Mostly cloudy weather settles in by Monday afternoon. Showers linger into the morning. And then showers return overnight Monday night into Tuesday morning. The Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar showing that it's lit up like a Christmas tree this morning. Plenty of rainfall overspreading central New York. And we're going to be seeing a lot of this for the entirety of the day today. This is really going to settle atop central New York, and it's not going to move a whole lot. We're going to have a stalled stalled frontal boundary takes shape right across our area, unfortunately. We're not in a very lucky location today. 53 degrees with cloudy skies. Calm winds are going to be the story today. Winds will stay calm. We're not expecting any gusty conditions. The other story this morning, definitely going to be the visibility. Areas such as up here on Smith Hill, seeing some very, very, very patchy to even dense fog. Very tough to see. Binghamton Airport reporting 0 miles of visibility, so very reduced visibility there. Be careful if you're doing any traveling today. Rainfall chances nearly 100% through the afternoon and through the evening hours. As we approach tomorrow morning, it begins to drop down from certain to probable down to chance yet again. And as we head into the afternoon, there is no chance. And again, this is all due to this stalled frontal boundary that's just going to continue to throw moisture in our direction. Our temperature is relatively stable today. We do warm up about 5 degrees. We go from the mid-50s to the low 60s. But again, this widespread rain continues to work in from the south and from the east as this stalled frontal boundary continues to plague us into the day on Monday. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, showery weather continues into next week. At least Monday is not a washout. We dry out the second half of the day. Rainfall returns Monday night into Tuesday. Tuesday's quite a wet day. Showers on Wednesday, but not a washout of a day. And then we finally get an extended period of dry weather, which is going to be much needed by the time that comes around. And some of the wind damage around here from Tuesday was incredibly impressive. They measured a 77-mile-an-hour wind gust at Griffiths Air Force Base, which was the second strongest wind gust ever measured in Rome. And the only reason that this was not a derecho was it was not a did not exist long enough. I shouldn't say the only reason. There was a secondary reason as well. Didn't feature a key characteristic of a bow echo, which is really when the thunderstorms start to bow out in front. The winds actually push the storms. But a typical derecho has about 400 miles of wind damage. We saw about 235, 240 miles. So we were close. We were close, but not quite.
That's for sure. And stay with us. We're back with more right after this.
Tonight at 11, meteorologist James DeFazio in the Weather Center. I want to know, James, have you ever seen the rain?
I have, and
I think we all have by this point.
yes, and it's just continuing to fall. I actually titled earlier my post the nursery rhyme, "Rain, rain, go away."
I was thinking that earlier too.
We've just had enough, and unfortunately. This pattern isn't going anywhere yet, just yet. Let's take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. You can see we have a bit of convergence over central New York, and that's because we have a stalled frontal boundary, and we're right in the middle of where this stalled boundary is occurring, and we're going to continue to see rain settle across central New York through the morning hours today. We're not really seeing any flooding issues, fortunately, at this point. We've been very lucky. The heaviest of the rainfall has stayed just to the south and to the east of our viewing area. Right now, the only flood advisories that are in effect are for the capital region and for areas just to the northeast. We're tracking these widespread rain showers to continue. Areas of patchy fog also continue into the day tomorrow. Wet roadways in downtown Utica. Give yourself some extra distance to stop. 57 degrees with light rain in Rome, so relatively mild. It does warm up tomorrow to the low to mid 60s, approximately 63 degrees. We're tracking showers in the morning, cloudy conditions for the evening. We'll keep track what else you can expect for the rest of your work week coming up. Ben?
I've now got Creedence Clearwater Revival stuck in.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday evening. Our dreary weather, our dreary weekend of weather continues as rain continues to fall tonight. And we're going to be seeing unsettled weather through the first half of the work week. Take a look at downtown Utica where you can see just how gloomy it is on the camera. It's very wet on the camera. It's very wet on the roadways. There's standing water out on the pavement as well. In addition to ponding on the roadways due to the amount of rain we've seen this weekend. We're also seeing reduced visibilities from fog. So if you're doing any traveling tonight, just be aware of those two things. Steady rain and areas of fog continue not just tonight, but into Monday morning. Mostly cloudy weather settles in for your Monday afternoon, and unfortunately, unsettled weather is going to be around through Wednesday. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar still showing widespread rain across the region, most of it falling lightly, some steadier, heavier rains off to the east. We've dodged a bullet in terms of flood threat so far today. The flood threat has really been isolated to areas to the south and to the east of Utica. We haven't seen any water issues just yet. We will continue to monitor them. We're going to continue to see this widespread rainfall overnight tonight as this frontal boundary continues to be stalled and draped right across central New York. 57 degrees with light rain up in Rome. We're really not going to drop down a whole lot tonight. Lows tonight right in the mid-50s, approximately 54 degrees. Those light winds stay light. We're not expecting any windy conditions over the next 72 hours. And that patchy fog remains. It's very sporadic and here and there. Some areas reporting perfect visibility, but as you can see from our tower cam, there is fog out there. So be aware if you're doing any traveling, especially across hilltops and higher elevations, that you may encounter that. I'll stop off to the side here so you can get a full view of the flood advisory that's currently in effect for Albany County and for the areas to the northeast of the Capital District. Otherwise, we're not currently seeing any flood issues. The two areas that we're monitoring that would be the closest to flood stage, currently in action stage, are the West Canada Creek at Cass Bridge, as well as Shenango River down in Shenango County. We'll continue to monitor this as this rain continues tonight and into tomorrow morning, but as of this time, we're not expecting any flooding issues to be imminent. Tonight, this frontal boundary continues to bring rain to the region. As we head into Monday morning, rain finally begins to dwindle down. Monday afternoon looks primarily dry and mostly cloudy. Showers return overnight Monday night into Tuesday as this boundary continues to plague central New York with wet weather. Tonight, mild temperatures and that rainfall continues into the morning hours. 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, widespread rain still falling. By the middle portions of the day, though, dry conditions settle in. We warm up into the low 60s. We stay mostly cloudy and dry through the evening hours, but as we approach the overnight, showers begin to approach from the south and from the east. They overspread central New York from 9 p.m. to midnight. Some showers remain overnight as we head into Tuesday through Tuesday morning. As we approach Tuesday evening, steadier rain returns. Tuesday evening, widespread rain, possibly even a thunderstorm with some heavier rain Tuesday evening. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, your Cinco de Mayo is not a washout. It's a very wet start to the day on Monday. Tuesday's very close to a washout. We do get a short dry period in the middle of the day, but it is going to be more wet than dry for sure. Showers on Wednesday, mostly cloudy on Thursday and cooler. Showers return on Friday. Showers continue into the first half of the weekend on Saturday. Sunday looks dry and pleasant, low